You have $87 million. Your mother still thinks you work at the same marketing job you started 6 years ago. Your best friend just asked to borrow $200 for rent. You said you didn't have it. You went home that night to a house worth $4 million. And you have never felt more alone in your entire life. Most people imagine this scenario and think, that sounds amazing. Endless money, no obligations, total freedom. But that's not what's happening. Freedom is not the problem. The problem is something nobody warns you about when they tell you to chase wealth. Here's how this actually works. 6 years ago, you built something small, a piece of software, a niche product, an idea nobody else saw value in. It worked. Then it worked again, bigger. Then a buyout offer came that changed your bank balance by 9 figures overnight. You signed the papers in a lawyer's office, drove home, and sat in your car in the driveway for 40 minutes, not sure what to feel. You didn't post about it. You didn't tell your family. You told yourself it was temporary. You'd figure out how to share the news once you processed it yourself. That was 6 years ago. You never told anyone. Now your daily life looks completely ordinary. You wake up in a modest apartment you keep specifically for appearances, even though you own 3 properties nobody has seen. You drive a 6-year-old car. You order the cheaper item on the menu, not because you have to, but because choosing the expensive one feels like stepping toward a version of yourself you've decided to hide forever. Every conversation becomes a small performance. When colleagues complain about rent increases, you nod along. When your sister mentions she's stressed about her car payment, you say something vague and sympathetic. You have, sitting in an account, more than enough to fix it instantly. You say nothing, but that's only half the story. The hardest part isn't managing the lie day to day. The hardest part is the moments when not telling the truth actively costs someone something. Your mother needed a procedure 2 years ago, $11,000, not covered by her insurance. You transferred it anonymously through a foundation you'd quietly set up, structured so it looked like a charity grant, not your money. She thanked God. She thanked the doctors. She never thanked you because she didn't know it was you. You stood in her kitchen a week later, watching her cry with relief, and said nothing. You went home and felt something you didn't expect, not pride, grief. Grief for the version of that moment where you could have simply said, "I've got this, Mom, let me help you," where she could have hugged you and known exactly who saved her. Instead, you watched her thank a stranger for a gift you gave. And here's where it gets truly strange. You started this secrecy to protect yourself from people changing how they treat you, from relatives suddenly needing things, from friendships built on convenience rather than history. Those fears were reasonable. Wealth genuinely does change how people behave around you. The research on this is consistent and uncomfortable. Sudden wealth reliably damages pre-existing relationships because the power dynamic shifts whether anyone wants it to or not. But somewhere in year 3 or 4, the secrecy stopped being protection and became its own kind of prison. You're not avoiding the dynamics of wealth anymore. You're avoiding being known. Every close relationship in your life is now built on an incomplete version of you. Every person who loves you loves someone who is, by necessity, partially fictional. You tell yourself you'll reveal it eventually, next year, after the next milestone, when the timing feels right. But the longer the lie exists, the higher the cost of ending it. Telling your mother today doesn't just mean explaining the money. It means explaining 6 years of silence, 6 years of watching her struggle when you could have helped. The secret has compounded interest of its own, and the debt is not financial. So here is what is actually happening underneath all of this. You built financial freedom and used it to construct an entirely different kind of cage. Every dollar earned more privacy, and every layer of privacy earned more isolation. The version of you that people know, modest, struggling slightly, relatable, gets all of the love. The real version, the one who actually exists, gets none of it because nobody knows he's there to be loved. This isn't really a story about money. It's a story about what happens when the gap between who you are and who people think you are grows too wide to safely cross. Wealth just happened to be the vehicle. The same thing happens on smaller scales to people hiding addictions, diagnoses, failures, identities. The size of the secret matters less than the simple, exhausting math of maintaining 2 lives instead of 1. You could end this tomorrow. Tell your mother, tell your best friend, watch their faces change, absorb the shock, rebuild the relationship on honest terms. You won't, because the silence, however lonely, feels safer than finding out whether the people who love the modest version of you would still love the real one.